A journey becomes yours when you make it yours. Confused? Every man ever to have taken birth in this world has at least once been at a stage where you are right now. In other words, when you manifest something, chances are that out of the entire population that has ever lived on the face of the earth, the same manifestation would already have been heard by the power of this universe, the one responsible for the way you lead your life ahead. Believe it or not, the powers around you have much more impact than you think they would. Now, who all have experienced a phase in your life where you lose friends and are no longer talking with those old relatives you used to love at some point in your life? The feeling of losing a loved one is immense, and most of us may have experienced it. Those who haven't, may you never get to feel that unfortunate second in your life. The fact of the matter is that it may not be the case that you dislike them. It's just that you tend to have some goals in your life, and that just carries you away. You may lose track of time and your surroundings, but that is all a part of it. You need not feel bad about it. What you should do is ensure that whenever you meet this person the next time, you convey this issue that you are facing and make sure there is nothing left out that you think that they should know. This is the first step. After this, the most crucial part is to make sure that this separation does not mentally affect you. You need to understand the worth of your life, the goals that you have, and the moment you have been waiting for so you can strike right then. Never get distracted. As soon as you get distracted, you will notice a sudden shift in your progress, and that may not be in your best interest. True, you may experience a very unique array of emotions when you live your life with them. And this may lead you to feel low about everything that is happening around you. This, however, is yet again not a good reason for you to stop working on yourself. Always remember that these feelings, though genuine, must be put to stop to ensure that your progress is not hindered in any manner. It is true that you may not even be able to think of anything else while you are in that stage, but do understand that it is not the end of the world for you. You need to keep going and making progress. Life will not wait for you to get a hold on yourself. Your life is in your hands, but not time. You need to make sure that you manage your time well and devote most of it to the most useful things in your life. Always remember that your spiritual journey is for you alone. You have to go through it without anyone else. Irrespective of how close that person is to you, you need to love yourself to enjoy your own company. If you keep hating yourself and think about the worst things about yourself, chances are that there will never be a time where you will be happy with what you have achieved in your life. This is a very dangerous situation to ever come across. Now, since the journey here is mostly alone, one needs to have a very strong control over their mind. The best way that could help you achieve that is meditation. Ensure that you keep some time out of your daily routine for this. The prime objective of you doing this must be to transform your solitariness throughout this difficult journey to solitude. Once you achieve this, we are certain that a huge part of your journey towards attaining the spiritual journey will be complete. This part is, in fact, one of the hardest parts to accomplish. So make sure you give it all you got and keep your mind as strong as a rock. There is a huge difference between the two terms, loneliness and aloneness. Similarly, the two words solitariness and solitude are miles apart when it comes to their deep meaning. If you think about the word solitariness, it sounds quite negative, something that leads us to believe that there is an injury that the person has sustained from which they may never recover. It feels like there is a pain that one may be going through that may be eating such a person internally, leading him to turn hollow and one with not much relations. On the other hand, solitude gives you a positive feeling. Similarly, loneliness refers to the feeling of missing someone dear. Now compare the word loneliness to aloneness. Aloneness can be a word that could be given to the feeling where they enjoy being alone and themselves. Just the way this works, we have the word solitude. Yet again, this could mean something that leads us to believe that one may have taken it up to ensure his own betterment. The purpose of meditation is to ensure that you turn your misery into bliss. However, do keep in mind that as soon as you start enjoying this feeling of being alone and in solitude, you may not be able to go back to the life you were having before. This is where you must know where to draw the line. Too much of anything turns out to be bad. In this case, you need to understand that human beings are extremely social by nature. It is just the way this universe wants us to be, and perhaps it is the reason why human beings are one among the most advanced creatures on this planet. So, always exercise this to a limit, where you don't harm your personal or your professional life. While you do so, embrace it with joy. Squeeze every ounce of happiness you can get out of solitude. Cherish it, and make it a memory you will keep with you forever. The world is too big for you to completely discover. In other words, there is always something that you could explore, and always something that you could learn. Never stop this process. To keep your mind stable, make use of meditation, and give up on anything that could not only distract you but also could harm your mental peace. As you go through all of it, you become more compassionate, loving, and understanding. This is where you make some valuable connections, the ones which will take you ahead in your journey. You will also be able to get rid of your negative traits like greed, anger, and jealousy. You also need to become less possessive about things and learn how to give up when it is the right time to do so. Always remember that you have the potential to be the leader. That is the next thing you should know. But what makes a difference is how you take it up, and how that has stifled your realization. When you isolate yourself, you will be able to become aware of what is around you and what is important for you to make sure you don't end up making the mistakes which you would have made without the time you spent thinking and meditating to make yourself a better person. What you are within is what determines your personal growth. You need to confront your fears and make sure that none of those fears end up being the cause for your loss. The fact that you have overcome your fears is the one that should make you realize your worth and understand that you have what it takes to confront the challenges that life may put in your way. Always take it as an opportunity that the universe has given you. A change is very important. Once again, it has been in the very nature of human beings. This change is what will make you the person you have been longing to become. For you to have a new life, you need to have a totally new environment. Now, this means that you need to expose yourself to such a new environment, one that will nurture such changes and respect you for the dynamicity you show. Certainly, it will be uncomfortable initially. This is when you will be learning about things and how to get them done. But as soon as you are through those initial days, you will be able to make better out of it and make use of what you learned in the most efficient manner. Before we end this video, remember that when you are alone, you can listen to yourself and to your heart. It's basically just you at that time. The silence in your heart will guide you through the spiritual journey that you have embarked yourself upon. Not only that, you will learn two things in depth. Number one, yourself. And number two, the people around you that make your life complete. Until we meet again, keep yourself engaged with your life, never look back, and trust yourself throughout the spiritual journey that you have to complete in this life.